Only Eyewitness News was able to sit down and talk with Florida's senior Senator Marco Rubio. Channel 9 political reporter Christopher Heath was the only local reporter to speak with Rubio, who is a member of the Foreign Relations and Intelligence Committees, about this ongoing situation in Ukraine.
Here at CPAC, Senator Marco Rubio called the people of Ukraine inspiring, saying they are refusing to be Vladimir Putin's slaves. But he told me it will take more than just the people of Ukraine to push Russia out. On the stage at CPAC in Orlando, Senator Marco Rubio calling the people of Ukraine heroes.
These are people that are basically saying we refuse to be Putin's slaves, we refuse to live under tyranny, and we're prepared to give our life and die for it.
Rubio, who has been following the developments in Ukraine closely, says it appears as if Vladimir Putin may have overestimated his ability to take over his sovereign neighbor.
I think in this case, he's probably bitten off more than he knew. Ukrainians are not just going to roll over.
While the fighting in Ukraine has continued with Russian forces pushed back in some places, it is nonetheless a tenuous situation, with Putin potentially becoming more desperate.
How concerned should Americans be that Putin keeps talking about nuclear weapons as a way to escalate and de-escalate?
Well, that's been the Russian military doctrine for a long time. Most people have no reason to know that, but their doctrine has always been if they ever get into a war with NATO, they know they can't win a conventional war against NATO. Eventually, they begin to lose, and when they did, their doctrine calls for the use of tactical nuclear weapons.
That means continued sanctions and indirect aid to Ukraine, but more could still be done.
I think one of the strongest things that we can do is reinvigorate American energy. I mean, one of the things that's given Putin leverage, and one of the things that I think has contributed to him making this decision right now, is that Europe is highly dependent on him for energy.
Senator Rubio not only suggested opening up U.S. energy exploration and development, he also said that the world needs to consider removing Russia from the world banking system. Of course, that will require buy-in from international partners as well. Reporting from Orlando, Christopher Heath, Channel 9, Eyewitness News.